This is what 25 years has looked like for Morning Point Senior Living. Progress, mission-driven, and people-focused. And the two people who started it all back in 1997 in Ottawa, Tennessee, are both still right in the middle of the day-to-day. Co-founders Greg Vital, president of Morning Point Senior Living, and Franklin Farrow, CEO.
I personally never thought we would fail, but I think most entrepreneurs believe the same.
Who are they? They are regular people like you and me. Franklin has a thing for racing fast cars, and Greg has his buffalo farm. Both have a love for the great outdoors. They are 15 years apart in age. They have different personalities and different skill sets.
Greg, I call the bird dog. He would go out and sniff out opportunity. He sees opportunity much faster than most people, and that's his talent. I like the nuts and bolts of taking that vision and saying, okay, here's the pieces it's going to take to execute on that vision and deliver that vision.
I couldn't have been more blessed with a business partner with an even keel, because I'm probably a little more dramatic at times, but we both bring our talents and expertises to this equation.
Turns out those differences made all the difference when it came to working together. At the end of every day, it was about mutual respect and following their vision, their shared dream of building a different kind of senior living. It was an opportunity to serve a growing population, helping others see there was a better way to age, assisted living.
It's a credit to Greg and Franklin, the relationship that they each have with one another, the complementary aspects of that relationship, and the stability that relationship has provided to the organization. They have defied the odds.
Of course, like any good business, you have to start with a plan. So what was it? Build Morning Point Senior Living to what it is today? Actually, no. It was much more methodical, strategic. It was clear and concise. Be the driver that helps connect current skilled care operators to a new line of business, assisted living in the Southeast.
We had a vision of creating 6 initial buildings. We had a footprint of where we were going to lay that out. We had several operators who wanted to complement their skilled nursing home services. So we had a vision, we had a dream, but we had a components of success laid out, and we followed that pretty rigidly.
It was just the two of us leaving our jobs and taking our last paychecks and waking up on a Monday morning like, what did we just do? And deciding how we're going to motivate ourselves to follow our own dreams. And that business plan was the motivator, but there was a lot of things that you had to do step by step.
And so they got to work, following the plan, looking at sites, putting them under contract, and spending months trying to find that very first loan.
First trip, they took me on to see some property down in Huntsville, Alabama, and they took me to a cornfield and said, "What do you think? Isn't this great?" And I just looked at them and thought, "Oh Lord, what have I gotten into?"
The dream of a company called Independent Healthcare Properties was born as our commitment to additional service and providing new opportunities of care and living for seniors.
As Independent Healthcare Properties grew, so did their business partners right alongside them: attorneys, bankers, architects, builders, and accountants.
But yeah, I remember being cramped sitting there with Franklin, looking at QuickBooks for 2 or 3 companies, side by side, chair to chair. And
it's been exciting and enjoyable to work on all the various multiple projects across the several states.
And more key staff came on board in those very formative years.
I knew Greg and Franklin. I knew their ambition. I knew their work ethic. So coming on early on when the company was just starting to grow was an opportunity.
With the growth came change. Markets changed, and so did the direction of the company. Morning Point Senior Living was born. Greg and Franklin decided to be owners and operators, not just building communities, but building a brand.
We then just refined our business plan and moved forward, but at that point realized we could be focused on both the development of quality healthcare facilities and communities at the same time operate them with a focus and commitment and a passion that we both shared and always did.
Their first property as owners and operators, Morning Point of Calhoun, Georgia. Their first community built from the ground up, Morning Point of Collegedale at Greenbrier Cove.
I think being able to be part of going from a small number of acquisitions to exploring how to start building and growing our company was just an incredible opportunity you don't fall into every day. It actually meant the world to me, and I tell anybody that will listen, it's always the best job I ever had, the best career I ever had.
The man behind much of the construction since 2004, Alan Cameron, owner of East Tennessee Specialty Builders. He's built most of the Morning Points we see today, working alongside a core group of professionals that are still part of the senior living company's success.
I've never felt as personally attached to a client as I do at Morning Point, because they bring something to the table that hardly ever gets brought to the table, and that's a passion. And so it makes you, us, and our engineers and our team together, and we feel as if we're not only listened to, but asked to be the best we can be.
And if you were part of it, you felt it. The passion, attention to detail, the understanding of their business inside and out, and a drive to move their shared vision forward and do good for others in the world of senior living. It was the glue that kept everyone together, mission-centered.
I think that what stood out as different was not only were they, driven and entrepreneurial business people, but from the very first meetings, I mean, they described sort of this industry and their passion for it in terms of mission, and it was mission in the sense that it was a need to give back and provide care to residents.
And so, as we all experience the ups and downs of life, so did Morning Point Senior Living. Following its mission, they turned challenges into opportunities, little by little. There was the World Trade Center terrorist bombings in 2001 and the financial market challenges that followed. Later, the recession in 2009, 2 tornadoes in 2020, and then a worldwide pandemic. Through it all, Morning Point Senior Living continued to expand, adding 1 to 2 new communities about every year. They grew in East and Middle Tennessee, Kentucky, and then layered in more properties across their foothold in the Southeast, including a stronger focus on Alzheimer's memory care in the Lantern Centers of Excellence. And they expanded their services to include in-house therapy, farm to table, better nurse call systems and technology, and new, more engaging life enrichment activities, plus lots and lots of staff in each community, regionally, and at the home office. 36 plus properties strong, they are now a regional force in senior living, and they discovered what worked in the beginning as the very foundation of their company works now. 2 very different people with different strengths, but always one shared vision.
Well, Greg's often said we need to rise to the occasion, and I remind him that I've risen to a lot of occasions in his time. But I often call him almost every day. We have a phone call, and I was like, usually what I say is, I need you to stop and think about something, because I value the knowledge and the depth and the breadth of where he's been and the maturity and experience. Because I'm in the hot seat oftentimes dealing with a particular issue, and I need a reference point. I need someone who's not in the hot seat. I need someone who can say, well, think of it this way. So the sounding board and that respect and that engagement of history and knowledge is so valuable. So that's what I would say. Thank you for being a great big brother, because we didn't have brothers, we each had sisters. So the brotherhood that we've shared and the ability to trust each other and stop and think through things is extremely valuable.
The mutual respect runs deep for both. They see each of their strengths and the strengths of others.
I would honestly say it's been about the team. The success of Morning Point for 25 years is the 1,600 plus people who are out there every day delivering care.
2 leaders, a business plan, and the ability to make their own calls, to lead with their hearts and do the right thing. Who knew we would all be here today because of it?
I think we were inspired to go on this adventure together. I think that inspiration is a spiritual one. It took a prayer to leave a job of comfort. It took a prayer to find that first banker. It took a prayer to find that first investor. And it takes a prayer today to think about the responsibility that you have to take care of right now about 1,600 people every day.
And thousands more over 25 years. In fact, Greg Vidal heard many inspirational stories from Morning Point families across Tennessee as he was out campaigning for the Tennessee State Legislature. His new additional role now, Tennessee State Representative for District 29.
It's about making a unique difference, and how many times we were thanked, not for what we did in building a building, but what our staff did every day in caring for their loved one at a very difficult time.
Caring and celebrating seniors who have helped make our country what it is today. Again, the true spirit and passion of all who are part of the Morning Point Senior Living family has kept it only looking forward, with more properties, more partnerships, and now a foundation with connections to community colleges and universities, plus an ongoing commitment to philanthropy, giving back to the communities they do business in. It's all part of Morning Point's core mission to do more and be more for seniors, caregivers, and the workforce.
It's been a good run. It's been a great run, and we've got more opportunity. We've got to hit it hard, Franklin. We got to hit it hard, Franklin.
Congratulations, Greg, Franklin.
Happy anniversary, Morning Point Senior Living.
Happy anniversary, 25 years of just incredible work.
Congratulations on 25 years, and here's to another 25.
Happy 25th anniversary, Morning Point Senior Living.
Good run.
Yeah, good.
Here's to another 25 years, Morning Point Senior Living.